Hello and welcome to the last match we had against Iras42. We have actions here, plaza only. We have many options for draw, tragic hero, wayfarer, storyteller, council room. You can trash with modify, and there are a couple gold gainers on the board. There's also a silver gainer. Wayfarer will gain silver. Tragic hero can gain gold. Soothsayer can gain gold. I mentioned the gold because the storyteller enjoys having a deck full of gold. You can draw many cards with the storyteller like that. Plus buy is found in Tragic Hero and Council Room as well. So my thoughts going in here were to get to 5 as soon as possible. And then what do you buy with the 5? I think you start with modify, maybe even a couple modifies, and then sort of see what your opponent is doing, but it'll probably involve storyteller and some form of gold gainer. To get to 5, I am going to open with the Night Watchman and Silver. This is a known opening to help you get to 5, to guarantee that you hit 5. Sometimes you could hit 6 if you draw the 2 estates on turn 1. I didn't here, but I didn't care about 6 as well. Guarantee our 5. Iris doesn't follow, and this is going to cost them a little bit of time. Instead, they open double silver, which is a reasonable opening for 5 as well. We get our first modify that we talked about. They get a plaza on 4, and we see our modify even on turn 4. So we are a little bit ahead right now. The decision here is whether to draw further into the deck or to gain a plaza. In fact, I do something I think is better than gaining a plaza. We gain a vagrant, trashing the estate. That sends down the cost of the wayfarer, and I am now able to pick up a wayfarer. Feel happy about that, and I discard enough to get to the end of the shuffle where I pick up another modify. At this point, Iras also has a couple modifies. We dead draw into one of our modifiers here, but that is not a big deal at all because I pick up a storyteller on another $5 hand here. We'll find back those modifiers very quickly. Night Watchman is doing work, helping me to cycle. Again, down to the end of the shuffle. This I wasn't sure about if I should have discarded more cards. But this is fine. I didn't want the modifier to miss the shuffle, so I can convert this estate into a plaza, buy something else. Nothing to in there for Iris, unfortunate for them. I gain my plaza. Think about another Night Watchman here to make the coppers miss the shuffle, but I don't want the modifier to miss the shuffle, so I take a Vagrant and stay quiet. Iris gets up to 5 again here. We'll see what their choice of 5 is. It is going to be a storyteller. We get to 5 again, and here's an important decision we make. We get a soothsayer. My idea with the soothsayer is gold gain, which is good for the storyteller, and curse for my opponent, which should slow them down. I feel a little bit ahead right now on the trashing, especially, so I think that they are soft in that area of their deck, so I'm trying to hit them on the soft point. We'll see how well that works out. There's the drawback, of course, with the soothsayer of giving them the extra card, but I think it's worth it at this point. Will not draw with that Wayfarer because those bottom 4 cards are action rich. I'll just take the 2 points from the arena, pick up our plaza, and pass it back to Iris. In fact, those 4 cards are so action rich that I have no coppers to trash here with the modify. This is a bit sad, a bit sad. Iris pulls the trick off here with dropping the cost of the Wayfarer. They gained a Night Watchman off the modifier and then bought a Wayfarer for half the price. Nicely done for them there. I could play the Storyteller to draw one card here, but that's a sad Storyteller. I'm not doing that. I want to try to draw deeper into the shuffle, get the modifiers back in, have a better shuffle. So we are going to nix the Night Watchman for a card and action here, unfortunately. I had plans to turn that into a 5 cost later in the game, but this is what the deck gave me. Keeps giving me action cards, but we find the Plaza with the Wayfarer, so we will draw deeper into the deck. Get almost all the way through till the end here. Land the first Storyteller hit. Unfortunately, we don't get the 5 here. This is bad. We could buy a Wayfarer for 0. I don't think I need a Wayfarer. I rather have the Plaza right now. And well, our Plaza pairs up with our Wayfarer here, so it looks like that decision paid off. Now, Iris has probably their first big turn of the game here. Storyteller draws through quite a bit of their deck. Get up to 6 potentially here after trashing the curse that I just gave them, and they get a third modify. I like it. I like the third modify. I like it so much that I am also going to get a third modify soon enough here. I will discard this copper to gain a coffer. I find the Storyteller. Fortunately, here's something I didn't realize with the coffers. After you put the treasure in play with the Storyteller, you then have the option to spend coffers to draw more cards with the Storyteller. So you get a little bit of information before you commit on your coffers. I didn't know that, but the new word in a Storyteller, I say new, it's been out for a few months now, allows you to do that. Well, and the fact that you could use coffers for Storyteller now. Anyways, we find the Soothsayer, we play the Soothsayer, we get the 5. That's the important bit. We get that third modify that we want. I have big plans for these modifiers after they clean up the deck. They could turn some of these gold into provinces, for example. I would like to get our second Storyteller soon. This deck just cannot function on one Storyteller. Now, turn 11, Iris gets a Tragic Hero. And didn't give Tragic Hero enough credit for this game, but it is a very good card. It is plus buy and it gains gold. And it draws. It does so many good things. Maybe I should have one by now. I don't. And in fact, we even stop here with a handful of treasure. Now, I think about the Tragic Hero. I think the Tragic Hero is the correct play for me. Even though it's 9, Province is tempting, but it's the last game of the match. And I wanted it to be over quickly, so I buy the Province. I don't think this is tactically sound. I think I still have an advantage in my deck development. A little bit, not a lot, a little bit. The half turn potentially from first player. So I did have time to get a Tragic Hero there, I felt, but I wanted to see what they would do with the Mountain Pass. And they bid 13, so I could take 14 debt and the points, or I could give them the points and the 13 debt. I decided to give them the points on the 13 debt. Why? Well, I want to rush the game down. I'm hoping that while they are in debt for a turn or two, I would be able to go through a few provinces, maybe 4 or 5 of them, with my modifies. And I actually, only I right now have the ability to buy provinces. So that was the idea, to try to push the game to an ending very quickly. And I think I have the pieces to do it, unlike that first game where I went into an end game without all the necessary pieces. I do think I have all the pieces here. And at this point, I start to really question what really has my soothsayer done, because they have their whole deck in their hand now, and as fast as the curses go in the deck is as fast as they come out of the deck. The only difference that the soothsayer is making, or the only positive difference for me, is that instead of trashing a copper, they are trashing a curse instead. So they have a little bit more copper in their deck because of the soothsayer. Not quite the impact I wanted the soothsayer to have, but we will take it. Well, we'll take the gold more than anything, honestly. See a good hand here. The storyteller draws quite a bit. We get to gain another plaza. That plaza is on top of the deck right now. I could keep it there, or I could draw it. I choose to draw it, discard, keep the coffer, and I get up to a province for myself. So now I have 2 provinces. The deck looks very thin. Honestly, I think I only have the 1 copper. That is also one of my advantages right now, thanks to the soothsayer. So I'm hoping that right now I could use my slightly better deck to push the game to an end. And Tragic Hero comes out for Iras. They gain gold, and they're able to see that gold right away. Look how good Tragic Hero is. Such a good card. They gain a silver, and they're able to see the silver straight away. It's going to help them a lot with respect to coming out of debt. Still in debt by 4 here. They opt to modify one of their gold into a province, and they still have money left over for another province. So I miscalculated. They are close to me here, but they can't quite buy a province right now. They have to buy Tragic Heroes to continue fueling the gold that they have. So this is one disadvantage to the Tragic Hero when you compare it against the Soothsayer. You only have to buy 1 Soothsayer, and that single Soothsayer will print gold. Tragic Hero needs to be replenished every time it gets used, which is fine most of the time, but when your opponent is putting on some VP pressure on you, it feels a little more difficult to go ahead and pick up Tragic Hero instead of green cards. Now, look at this hand. Trash. I choose to sacrifice the suits. I am not happy about that, but we'll just have to make do with the gold that we have. 3 of them, I believe. I do convert one of these silvers here for a Tragic Hero because I sacked my Soothsayer and I want more gold in the deck. Now, pause for a cause. We got up to 8 here, and I do not take the province because I am concerned now, and this doesn't make sense. I feel this was too conservative. I didn't take the province because I thought Iris had the potential to end the game with a win, obviously, if I left 4 provinces in the stack. They have 3 modifiers. I was expecting them to use all their modifiers to gain provinces, but I don't think they could take 4 provinces. Maybe they can. Maybe they can actually if I do that. If they modify province into province, then 2 modifiers on 2 gold, which I know they have, or they will get from the 3rd Tragic Hero in their deck. And then they will likely have money left over to purchase the last province. So maybe this is right, actually. I don't know. I don't get the province. Instead, I get the duchy. The duchy is probably not right. You want to get something that'll help you have that big turn where you empty 3 or 4 provinces from the pile. The duchy doesn't help you do that. So I think the duchy buy there was wrong. Honestly, that should have been another storyteller or another Tragic Hero. Even another modify was better than that duchy that I bought. Anyways, we get a little bit of a life here because Iris bricks on this turn. They get some arena points, but they only get 4. They use it on a Night Watchman, presumably scarred this turn from the brick. However, they don't know, but I also have a brick. See that duchy I bought? Look at it. Imagine that was our storyteller. Just imagine if that was our storyteller. What would this hand look like? Anyways, I sack one of my gold to draw a card and then cry because I didn't draw anything good, and I just buy another duchy because I love duchies. Duchies are the best thing since sliced bread, apparently. Terrible turn for me. We get 2 arena points, but for what? We sacked our gold for that? No, that is certainly not worth it. Certainly not worth it. And now Iris is able to kick off. I'll be able to kick off here too, but Iris is doing it before me. Let's see what they get up to. Modify turns our gold into a province. And they have money for the 4th province here. Or the 5th province, rather. Let's see if they'll take it or not. If they take it, I'm very happy. I think I could easily empty 3 provinces for a win. So I don't think they'll take it. But what will they take then? Is it going to be duchy like me? Have I tricked them into taking duchies as well? Maybe. Maybe. No, I haven't tricked them. They're smarter than my decision. Pick up a couple plazas instead. Plazas could get them some extra money. I'm not sure. We get a gold from this tragic hero because that first Vagrant drew like a champion. That gold is important because it allows me to pull this off. Check this out. I now have 3 gold in the deck, I believe. I would like to find all of those gold, so spend all my silvers to draw, not the gold. Miss the Wayfarer, but that is not important because watch what we find. We find 3 modifies and 3 gold, but there are 4 provinces left. Don't worry, we could solve this problem. After a little bit of thought, I realized don't turn all the gold into provinces. That would probably win too, just not on this turn. I can turn 2 of the gold, or rather 1 of the gold, into provinces, then turn the other 2 provinces into provinces, then buy the last province to come out with a victory in this game here. I do not think I played that very well. I pushed for another endgame that I turned out to be not quite as prepared for, but that's not necessarily true. I bricked, right? I had a few bad hands, but one more storyteller instead of the duchy would have made life so much easier for me. Anyways, match finishes here 4-2 in our favor. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.